No Mortal Kombat character is more divisive than Cassie Cage. On the one hand, she's the daughter of Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage, two very popular characters from the very first game. And Cassie gets the best of both characters. She cracks jokes like Johnny Cage, but also uses weapons like Sonya Blade. And that's why so many fans love her character. However, it's not all love. There's plenty of fans who hate her for defeating Shinnok all by herself, and then also defeating Shujinko in her own arcade ending, a character who was literally trained by all the strongest fighters in Mortal Kombat. In fact, she even defeated Liu Kang, although it was Revenant Liu Kang, so it's not as big of a deal, but the point is she's out here defeating every main character. And to a lot of players, that's just plot armor, and Cassie doesn't actually deserve to win. However, even so, she did lose to Shao Kahn, so there's that, and honestly, her gameplay is amazing, especially in Mortal Kombat X. So today, let's discuss the most controversial character in Mortal Kombat history after a quick word from today's sponsor. Geology is a 9-time award-winning men's skincare company, recognized in Men's Health, Esquire, and Ask Men Grooming Awards. With over 5,000 5-star reviews, it's clear that people love the product. Geology creates a simple and effective skincare routine customized just for you, with ingredients that are proven to work and formulated for daily use. The product set is great for both individuals new to skincare and seasoned skincare experts. Their skincare is built around a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that are trusted by dermatologists worldwide, and they've also been trusted for decades. Geology skincare helps you fight acne, reduce oiliness, prevent wrinkles, and combat puffy or dark circles around your eyes, which is a big deal because I'm out here looking like L from Death Note. Alright, so how do you get your hands on Geology today? It's actually quite simple. You click my link down below and take a quick 30-second diagnostic quiz. You basically tell them about your skin goals, and then they send a special regimen to your door pretty quickly. It's that simple. One of my personal favorite products from Geology is their award-winning eye cream, and I also love how all their products are travel size, which makes it great for me because I'm constantly going all over the place. It's summer, I got places to be and visit and see, and this stuff is super easy to take with me. One of the best things about Geology is it makes handsome a habit. You get into a routine, and before you know it, you're looking much better than you did before. And once again, Geology has a very short ingredient list. Just check it out on screen. This is all they got. No secrets, no dangerous chemicals, just this stuff. A very short ingredient list. I recommend starting off with a complete trial set. That's a 5-piece trial set valued at $50. And this includes 2 everyday face wash, Vital Morning Face Cream, Repairing Night Cream, and the Nourishing Eye Cream. It also comes with 2 bottles of face wash. That way you can have one at the gym and one for home. And then if you enjoy the product, you can continue with a 90-day supply of the products you enjoyed the most. You can subscribe and save or go a la carte. As a customer at Geology, you are in complete control, and I recommend trying them out today. Once again, it's fast and easy. Use my link down below, take their very short quiz, and before you know it, a customized regimen will be sent to your door very soon. Alright, let's talk about Cassie Cage, and we're beginning with the Hollywood variation because this has the best matchups for her. You see, normally Cassie Cage is really bad at dealing with zoning. As you can see, her projectile is extremely slow on startup, which is why it's mainly used for chip damage up close. It's not even that good for space control. However, in the Hollywood variation, she has the air gunshots, which can also be done instantly off the ground. Now, of course, that's very difficult, but for pro players, they make it look easy. And in case you're wondering why the air akimbo is such a big deal, it's because normally this move is 25 frames on startup, but from the air, it cuts it in half at 11 frames. And then if you don't mind spending meter, it becomes 7 frames on startup, which is about the fastest a special move can be in this game. Or if timed correctly, it can even get you a bit more damage off a jumping kick. And did I forget to mention the air gunshots are completely unbreakable, and you can do them 3 times in the same combo if you want to? Because that's kind of a big deal. It doesn't matter if the opponent has combo breaker, they are not able to escape this move. And next up, we have the Nutcracker. This move is also fantastic for its own reasons. By default, it re-stands the opponent, which means they no longer get access to an invincible wake up. So already that's pretty good, but if you want to spin the bar, the opponent is stuck there the entire time, and you pretty much get a free mix-up. All the opponent can do is block there. They can't attack, they can't jump away, nothing. This entire animation, they're just stuck there grasping the family jewels. And that's absurdly terrifying if you're fighting Cassie Cage because she has 50-50s. That was one button, by the way. How insane is that? That 3-hit combo was one button, and yeah, it does some decent damage. But to make things even crazier, you can special cancel the second hit for a full combo like this. Or you can just do the overhead, which is unique to this variation, and look at the damage you get for this one string, 18%. Do it 3 times and the opponent's already half dead. That is absolutely insane for a single string. You're getting all this damage, and guess what? It's safe on block. This string is completely safe. There's no risk and 18% damage if you land it. And you likely already guessed this, but yeah, it leads to full combos. You can special cancel the first hit and get a full combo follow-up. And if you think that's the only mix-ups that Cassie Cage has, you are sorely mistaken. This string right here, it hits low on the second hit, which is a big deal because this string is a low overhead. So yeah, the second hit's an overhead. You're already scared about that. Guess what? Now it's a low instead. Yeah, Cassie Cage is super hard to block. And that's exactly why the meter burn nutcracker is a big deal. The opponent is forced to deal with all these different mix-ups you have. It could be an overhead, it could be a low overhead, or it could be a high-low. But here's the craziest part. Nothing I've mentioned so far is what makes the nutcracker godlike when you spin the bar. You see, this move is one of the only special moves in the entire game that is invincible on startup. That's right, it doesn't have armor like this move. It's completely invincible on startup. You literally can't hit Cassie Cage if she does this move. Or in other words, when you knock Cassie Cage down and she has meter, you have to guess every time if she's going to do this move because you can't just break her armor like you can against some characters. So in a nutshell, no pun intended, this nutcracker move is absolutely phenomenal, especially if you spin the bar. It takes the opponent's wake up away, it guarantees mix-ups, and it's fully invincible on startup. This move is insane. And believe it or not, that's already it for the unique stuff in Hollywood. So next up, let's talk about the universal goodness. First up, the getaway flip, but I'm just gonna go ahead and call it the backflip because getaway flip is a bit of a mouthful. This move is absolutely amazing as a hit confirm because it starts combos without having to spend a meter, which is kind of rare in Mortal Kombat X. Some characters absolutely need meter to get their combo started. However, that's not the case for Cassie Cage. All she needs is some stamina to run in and keep the combo going. And once you have the opponent cornered, you can do this move multiple times in the same combo. Once again, you don't have to spin the bar. Now, thankfully for the opponent, this move is very unsafe on block, right? Well, not if you spin the bar. If you spin the meter, it's completely safe on block, which means this mix-up 110% safe. This mix-up 110% safe. But next up, let's talk about the Brawler variation. This build is the best against casual players because it has so many mix-ups. For example, first up we have the takedown. This move hits overhead, so strings like this that have a low on them, guess what? Now it's an overhead instead. You have to guess. In fact, there's even this string which also ends in a low, but guess what? Now it's an overhead. Online especially, this can be so annoying to block. But then to make things even better, Cassie Cage stays right next to the opponent and she's plus 10, which means they have to deal with her mix-ups as they're getting up. That's really strong. And then if the opponent's trying to play a little bit of keep away, guess what? She can meter burn to get armor, and it goes under some projectiles too. I forgot about that. She can just straight up dodge stuff if timed correctly. But the main point is this move is completely armored. It just plows right through projectiles. Not to mention the damage. Can we appreciate the damage here? 18%. Sure, it cost a bar, but that's a lot of flat damage for a mix-up. But then we have the bow breaker. This move is unblockable, baby, and it switches sides. So it's great for ending combos if Cassie Cage has her own back to the corner. And then if you want to spin the bar, you get a bit more damage, and it's armored. Look at that, 18% and an armor move. That's pretty good for an unblockable. But don't worry, this move gets even better because it can tick throw off every single poke. Down 1, that's a tick throw. Down 3, you guessed it, that's a tick throw. And down 3 is really good for frame traps, so even if they block the frame trap, here comes the unblockable. But then we have down 4. This poke is disgustingly good. It's one of the best things about Cassie. Well, guess what? Now it's also a tick throw. How insane is that? But then we have the string, don't blink, and this is where things just get unfair because every single hit in this string can be canceled into the throw on block. That first hit, that's a tick throw. Well, how about the second hit? Yep, you guessed it, that's a tick throw. And that's the one I recommend doing because trying to cancel the first hit can be very difficult for most players. And then you guessed it, even the third and final hit can be canceled on block into an unblockable. And of course, you can always spin the meter if you want a bit more damage. But we're still not done because even on a hit, you can spin the bar and look at that, the command grab combos. That's right, there's no risk on hit or block as long as you're willing to spin that one bar. And keep in mind, that's not just this string. Literally any hit can cancel into the meter burn command grab. The reason this string is so good though is because even on block, it's a tick throw. So there's pretty much no risk and a really good reward. And then last but not least, we have the power slam. This is best done after a jumping kick because jumping kicks are really hard to anti-air in Mortal Kombat X, especially when done at the right angle. So if the opponent wants to anti-air you and they barely mistime it or misspace it, you get the combo. What's that? A combo combo, you say? Yes, if you spin the bar, you get a full combo off of this thing, and the opponent's right next to you, so you get the optimal. And look at that, 36% for a jump-in kick that is very tough to anti-air. That's some good stuff. In fact, believe it or not, Brawler has the best combos as far as damage goes, so if you want maximum hurt, this is the variation for you. And now finally we have Spec Ops. This variation is by far the most confusing, but also the most rewarding if you take the time to master it. First up, we have the missile, which hits low by default, and that can be a big problem if Cassie Cage is close, because she can do hard to block situations like that. And keep in mind, Cassie Cage can also end combos with this thing, which means you start up off the ground already having to block. And also keep in mind, Cassie Cage can aim these things, so if she thinks you're gonna run at her, she can just do the close version. If she thinks you're gonna backdash, she can do the far version. That hit behind him. You couldn't tell, but it was all the way behind Reptile, right about there. So put simply, this move is a very annoying mix-up. You can go for a low, you can go for a low overhead, all of which are tough to block and can lead to a full combo if you guess incorrectly. But then we have the meter burn missile. Here is where things get insane because it tracks the opponent's location. It locks on straight up. Check this out. Boom, laser guided right to your face. And also you may have noticed it hits overhead now instead of low. So if the opponent doesn't know the matchup, they're gonna get caught by this thing every time because they're gonna crouch block, but no, it's an overhead. But don't worry, things get worse for the opponent because since this missile is delayed, it makes mix-ups even harder to do. Look at that, overhead, now it's low overhead. But hey, what if I delay that? Then it's an overhead low. Yeah, you get the idea. This move is a nightmare to block, which is a problem because she can end combos with it every single time. However, here's the thing, Mortal Kombat X has delayed wake up, and that actually avoids the regular missile, right? However, unfortunately, you're completely wrong. I can do the meter burn, then the regular, and you're forced to deal with one of them. Literally, every time Cassie Cage knocks you down, you have to deal with the missiles. It's not up to you. And here's the thing, just like before, I saved the craziest part for last. The meter burn missile is pretty much guaranteed because you can run in and go for the throw. And even if you try to tech it, it doesn't matter. The missile's still going to land. And you might be thinking, oh, I can just attack her, right? I can hit her on the way in. Yes, that's true, but guess what? The missile is still coming. It doesn't matter if you hit Cassie Cage. It's already on its way in. So yeah, this 10% is pretty much guaranteed every time. Now, thankfully, she doesn't get a combo off of this thing. That would be insane. Even in the corner, she doesn't get any follow-up from this, but still, it's a guaranteed 10%. And then finally, we have the American Way. This move is extremely confusing to beginners. What is this, 2%? That's it? And it's -9 on block? What the heck is the point of this move? It seems so useless. And I don't blame any player for thinking that. This move looks like it's almost completely useless, right? It seems like a gimmick or maybe a taunt or something, but here's the thing, you can special cancel this move into other specials, which is weird, right? But it's actually really useful because for starters, you get a bit more damage. This little sequence right here only does 11%, but if I do the salute instead, I now get 12%. However, here's the extra crazy part. This move is only -9 on block, which is technically punishable, but you can still special cancel it on block. And as a result, if the opponent wants to punish this move on block, they have to commit to that idea. They can't wait to see if you special cancel it or not. It's only -9. That is barely unsafe, especially if spaced correctly. So for example, if I do this on block, that might be the end of it, and you gotta punish me. But if you're wrong, I can just cancel into something else and I will hit you trying to punish me. And I didn't even talk about this string yet. This is back 1-2. Look at the range on this thing. It is further than start of the round, and it's 11 frames on startup. That is lightning quick if you're used to games like MK11. And to make things even better, it's super easy to hit confirm. You can wait to see if the first 2 punches land and then go for the backflip. And then if it's blocked, just end it because it's +1 on block. Which means not only is it safe, but you can do this, and the opponent just has to deal with that. If they press any buttons, they're gonna get hit by a down 3, which means you can go for even more mix-ups. So at the end of the day, Cassie Cage is a combo monster with fantastic whiff punishes, amazing mix-ups, constant restands into more guaranteed pressure, all that amazing stuff. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below to support me and show some love to Cassie Cage. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.